to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. Hey, everyone. This is Liza, and I'm here. I'm really here. I'm back. I exist.
You were not detained.
It's been a long time since I've been here.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. Long time. We'll get to where I've been, what I've been up to, but let's get to who is here in the garage with me. Technically the studio. But sitting to my right, the man who can fix anything.
Just about.
It's Neil.
Hey there, party people. Electronics fixed while you wait.
He did. The battery charger wasn't working.
Neil
and I'm
was
like, Neil, fix it.
Neil was a party person this morning. I've never seen Neil quite so party person in my life.
Oh,
yes.
I think it was the gold pants.
Yeah.
I had help in turning it up to 11. So.
We'll get to that. Running the board. This really is like getting the band back together, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's been a long time since we've all been together. It's Stumpy John.
I had so much fun rummaging through Liza's box of gay this morning.
There was
My
a box
gay
and a
box.
pile.
There was a big box of gay
pile
there.
Gay too.
There's a pile of...
All the gay shit.
I'm getting a lot of visuals off that.
Well, somebody who did not need to dig into the box of gay was Miss Emma.
No,
She came with her own bag of shit.
I am a bag of shit, darling. Now look, no, I'm definitely going to posh things up because you were grumbling about the English podcast and how they've all got terribly posh accents. So we're going to class this one up, darling.
That's so that podcast just got so much better.
Oh, thank you, darling. Yeah,
I feel smarter.
Joining Emma on
Where's my watercress sandwiches? I was promised watercress sandwiches.
with no crust.
Oh, that's when you go and crust off.
Joining Emma
Yeah.
on the Classic Girl Couch, first timer, is Vinnie.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Cruising for a bruising.
Absolutely. All day, every day.
Going around the room. Definitely not his first time. This guy's been, let's just say, around the block when it comes to misfits. It's Kat.
Hey, welcome, motorcycle travelers.
And Kat, if I might add, I have seldom seen a trouser so scarlet as yours, darling.
I actually, these are my
no
special
comment.
red trousers, and I've discovered that I can pretty much only wear these during Pride Week and also in Italy. Everywhere else, they're an
Yes.
absolute failure.
Yes. They go good with loafers.
Australia,
With tassels.
brutal failure in Australia.
Well,
Didn't work.
Huh.
no, I find them absolutely superlative, darling. Thank you.
Well, and sitting next to Kat in his smiling pocket shirt is Naked Jim.
I like it. I had my rhinestone cowboy going today.
Oh, it's full on honky tonk.
I was honky tonking. Yes, ma'am. Also happy to say I safety wired on a pillow topper today.
Proper safety wire.
What?
Pillow topper.
For your bed?
You pervert. No, my motorcycle grips. My dirt bike. No, pro taper pillow
Like
grip.
you have to safety wire it?
Well,
Man.
you know, when you crash
What are you
like
doing
that,
on that
Like the
bed?
straps weren't enough.
Nice.
When you no,
I always recommend some just good, some handholds, just
I saw the Barry Sheen video years and years ago, and Barry Sheen safety wires his grips on, so do I.
All right.
There you go. And joining us from hopefully sunny Velveeta, Oregon, is Bagel.
Yes, indeed. It is very sunny and approaching summery here.
Has the cheese melted yet, Bagel?
It's starting to.
Very good.
Getting softer around the edges.
Oh, I say, splendid, simply splendid.
Cheerio.
Yes, cheerio.
It's actually in Tillamook. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, that's one of the cheeses.
Okay.
No, he
But
lives
it's-
in he
but-
lives in
but it's not
Velveeta.
Velveeta.
He lives in Velveeta, darling.
It's not cheese. It's polysorbate 80.
Whiz.
He lives in government cheese, Oregon.
It's Velveeta is in fact
That doesn't narrow it down
Pretty
too
much the
much.
entire state, yeah.
yellow.
Sorry,
flavor.
Oregon. We
All
love it.
right, enough about the cheese.
Well-
I would like to make a PSA. And I think this is really important because something almost happened to me a few minutes ago that would have prevented me from joining you in this room.
Oh,
What did you set on fire this time?
Here's the thing. It's a general rule in the garage that you do not stick tools in pockets.
Yes.
Is this a rule amongst mechanics or just in my
you
garage?
know what I mean. It's generally it's a thing.
I've created the rule because people go home with them if it's in their pockets. Put it on the ground, put it on it somewhere. Don't put it in your pocket because it'll go home. But when we were out there working on one of the bikes and I was tightening up one of the screws, I had one of the long T-handle wrenches and I had to jump on the bike. So I just threw it in my pocket, forgot about it until just before now I went to use the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Drop trowel, go to sit down. I'm getting poked in the ass by something. Now, fortunately for me, because of my bad knees, I have to steady myself and go down slowly. Had I just dropped down, I would have punctured my ass.
Oh, no.
So, PSA, don't put tools in pockets.
We're all glad for that.
Important safety tip.
No.
Yeah. I was, oh my gosh.
And this, people, is why we're such a great podcast. Because
I was like, your knees got better fast.
Helpful, friendly tips that matter. Yeah.
So,
mechanic tip.
like I said,
Or the unfriendly tip, as it were.
oh, stop it.
Sorry, darling.
I wish we could have had a microphone set up for that one. I'd be like,
oh my gosh, no, you don't want to hear the sounds.
What about Instinct?
Oh, God.
Insta 360.
Oh my god.
Yes, coming to you this week, Liza's Lavatory Sounds in stereo.
Being impaled on a screwdriver. It's the 360. You might win. I think
Well,
you're going to get a camera out of this. Liza.
If it had happened to me in England, I would, oh my.
I said, yes.
I'm trying to imagine the reaction from someone in the stall next to you.
Well, speaking of which, let's get to where I've been.
Where have you been?
Well, where I was supposed to be.
Let's start with that.
Where I was supposed to be was on another tour of Pakistan, riding the Ibex 450 that Moyne just got a fleet of. I was really excited.
Yeah, he got about 12 or
10 of them. Yeah.
10 of them. Yeah.
Really excited, but unfortunately, just right before we were to fly out, there was that little skirmish with India and a couple bombs, flown across the border. Nothing big. It happens. India and Pakistan are always doing that silly stuff. But this time it got a little like, maybe we should just hold off.
A bit much, yeah.
Let's just hold off.
Jet fighters shooting at each other. That's,
So I had to go somewhere because I'd already planned to be out, had the garage covered, had some podcasts already preloaded. So I went off to merry old England. And let me tell you something, Emma. I took the California weather with me. It was amazing.
I heard.
It was amazing. In fact, Emma, I did a visit to the Triumph factory.
I say.
Have you been there?
No, it was built.
The new one's built after you left, right?
It was built after I left.
I've been there before. Kat and I have been there together. It's very cool. We did the tour. There's a museum and everything. Emma, look what I got to add to the collection here.
A trident.
I brought home, because, for the models on the wall, I brought home a couple. One being the Steve McQueen Great Escape bike, which is really cool. You like that one, Vinny?
Is that the current Trident you got there?
Sick.
But I also got from the Triumph Factory a model of the new Trident that I thought Emma would appreciate.
It's a good-looking bike.
It is a fantastic-looking bike. And, I don't know how these things are selling. Oh, sorry. I don't know how these things are selling, but they should sell like hotcakes.
The Trident?
Yes.
You mean the real bike?
Yeah, the real bike. Because they're fabulous value, and man, they go like stink.
660s? What's a...
Yeah, 660.
Yeah.
Is it a triple or a parallel twin?
Oh, yeah, being a trident.
Of course.
With the strings, yes.
Listeners, you may not realize that Liza has a certain substance abuse problem. And if you see pictures ever of the studio, you will see that there are, what's the count now, Liza, of how many toy motorcycles you have?
I just say about 1,000, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Vinny, this is your first time in here. What do you think?
I thought this was supposed to be full of toasters.
No, that's next door.
Okay.
Before you leave, get a tour.
Seriously? There's a toaster museum?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good nugget right there.
Thank you.
There's history with this. You see, Liza is very much her late father's daughter. And her dad was a voracious collector of all things, including toasters, model railroad. Yeah. He got through quite a few collections.
Steam engines.
Yeah. And you've kind of inherited that gene, haven't you?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so, too.
Yeah. It's only like one or two in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think my genes are a little more intact. I just pretty much, there's not a lot to collect.
No, it's
except
not,
for this one thing.
It's not American fear-based hoarding. This is a genuine, passionate collection in here.
Oh, there's a lot of love in this room.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, the thing is with Liza is I bought her an item for this collection, and she takes as much joy over receiving, you know, really a cheaper, marginal quality toy, in effect, as an expensive replica. I mean, there's just joy and love in each one of these things. Remember that Benelli I bought you and how joyful you were?
It is
right over there.
There.
And that was not expensive.
Did
Yeah.
I bring you a scooter from Italy? It's like a quiz now.
She's pointing.
I think it's in
Over
here.
there. Okay.
That's
No,
not funny.
anyway, yeah. The last
But
stuff.
never, yeah.
So I wanted to share the things that I did in the UK.
Well, you went everywhere.
I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff. I didn't tell you about this. So how do you pronounce this? Anglesey? Anglesey.
Yeah, that's in Wales, darling.
Yes, we went to Northern Wales
Ooh.
and went to the Anglesey Vintage Rally. I didn't know what to expect, except I was told there would be motorcycles, and there were. And this was almost like I don't know what it's out in a field. There was a car boot sale next door.
Oh, you
in
got
the
to
other
do your
field.
car boat sale.
Did the car boot sale.
Car boat sale and a car boat sale.
Which is their version of a swap meet. And then we went to this vintage rally. Now, what they had there were vintage cars,
do you know what
vintage motorcycles, vintage tractors, and steam engines.
I was going to say, do you know what a road locomotive is now?
Is it the steam engine thingy?
It's a traction engine.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an engine with just big, heavy steel wheels?
So
that look like
basically,
it's
Yeah.
a
way
traction
down the-
engine is a steam locomotive
Yeah,
that goes
that's what
on
this
the
thing
road.
is.
And
Yeah, there's a
weighs
picture
like
of it there.
500 tons or something.
Yeah,
crazy, I'm
exactly.
sure.
They're incredibly slow, but they're quite fearsome because they make a noise like a dragon
No,
coming down the road. And your
So-
first instinct when you see one is to run away because it
Shrivel.
looks so dangerous.
So it was fun.
It
It was
probably is.
It was like they get the food trucks out there and a merry-go-round for kids, and it's a place where you get like a fairgrounds, county fairgrounds, right? And I was tickled when the American Car Parade came through, right? Which was mostly Mustangs, most of them like early 2000s,
Oh,
God. Fox buddies.
right? Yeah. And then I'm like,
Were they clean?
that's a
Were they
Chrysler
clean?
LeBaron. Like, what the fuck, you know? Like,
Ooh, look, a
But
Ford Pinto.
a left-hand drive American car over there is a collector car. So there were cars. I'm like, that's one of the brand new Broncos. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny. But then there was like a really cool old F-150 with an American flag flying off of it, you know, the wooden sides, the whole thing. Some cool trucks and like a Cadillac, you know. But it was just so funny how most of them, I'm like, the 2000, that 98 Mustang isn't really that cool. But it was to them.
But you were able to get a good cup of mushy peas.
Oh, God, don't get me started. Hold the peas anytime I ordered anything. Hold the peas. But they had a lot of bikes in there. And, you know, of course, a lot of the British bikes. But, you know, one thing I really do love about the British bike scene is there are small displacement motorcycles that just look like just fun, just a blast to ride.
Right.
like older or newer?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Like examples, like
Oh, just little dual sports and
Yeah.
little just like
is it
you
stuff
might
you
get
see
like
You know,
here? Stuff you see here or stuff like you
No,
don't see
not
here?
really.
Yeah.
Since the mid-'80s in England, you really have to start. You start on a 125, and there's no escape from that. I mean, that's basically where you start. And so this whole culture of very, very small capacity bikes has really blown up from then. Before then, when I learned on a 250, and then they changed it, and these 250s became valueless overnight. And of course, they fetch big money now. But you know, small bikes, they're very nostalgic because this is where people got their start. And they always say, oh, you know, you always love your first bike, or you always love your first car. So, you know, you'll get people who are sort of like the head of Barclays driving around in ancient minis, because that's where they started driving. And then, you know, you'll get somebody who's got a very, very well-paid job, and they spend an absolute fortune restoring a Yamaha FS1E, a little 50cc moped, because that's what they had when they were 16.
So still over there, a lot of Japanese small displacement.
Yeah, well, it's you know, the British bike crowd, and I think Liza will have observed this, really, are really aging out of it. The Japanese stuff, which is the stuff that I grew up with, and people 10 years, 15 years younger than me and so on grew up with, is really the hot ticket right now. Probably the hottest ticket in England are the 80s stuff. Because, you know, the 70s stuff, the stuff I like, the same thing's applying. Everyone's kind of aging out of it. The advantage is, of course, they've got electric starts. I mean, half of my clients who ride British bikes now are really struggling to start them with kickstarts. But of course, if you're into the Japanese stuff, even the early stuff, it's got an electric foot on it.
So yeah, that was a fun, very British.
Oh yeah, it's terribly, terribly nice. Was it posh or was it terribly working class?
Terribly working class.
How is Wales different than England in terms of the people?
Oh gosh. But don't confuse the Welsh for English.
Oh,
First off, they don't like that.
No, they got their own language, darling.
Yes.
Okay.
Cymru.
The only way I know we've crossed over is now on the roads at every stop sign that says Araf.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, and as soon as you cross over the border into Wales, pretty much every town name becomes almost unpronounceable.
Yeah.
Not many vowels, darling. The Welsh don't like
L's and Y's.
Yeah, they don't really like vowels too much. So, you know, Great Britain, just quick history lesson, which is short for Greater Britain. I mean, yes, Britain is great, but it's Greater Britain, is made up of England itself, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Southern Ireland is an autonomous country, so we can't include that in Great.
Since 1921, yeah.
Right, exactly. So,
does Cornwall and sort of qualify as the same thing as York in terms of a district of?
Well, yeah, I mean, no, you've got your towns and your counties.
Yeah, counties. Okay. Cotswolds.
Yes, and then that's not really a county; that's more of an area. But and everybody's kind of together, but there's a fierce independence.
Yeah.
And the Welsh are very, very fiercely independent. They very much take a great deal of pride in their own identity.
But there are more sheep than people.
Yes.
As in Scotland as well.
A sheepy.
Yeah. So also, did I show you the bike that I bought over there?
No.
So you know how I like to buy bikes and keep them in different places? Thank you, Phil, for keeping my Benelli. So I bought a Sky Team. Does this bike look like anything else you've seen?
It's like the Amigo.
Yeah, that is the Amigo built up. Wait a minute, has that got a disc brake on the back?
Okay, now here's the thing. Yes, it's like the Amigo. It's a little 125cc Chinese bike.
Oh yeah, but it's posher than the Amigo.
Yeah, no, this has a digital instrument panel. It's got disc brakes, front and rear, linked disc brakes.
Oh my God.
Linked. Yes, it's got the kickstand switch. It's got like all the electronics on it. Yeah.
Nice.
LED, turn signals, very clean, very nice.
Oh, it's fuel injected.
And fuel injection.
And you tootle around it?
So it's, yeah. Well, out in Wales,
fuel injected. Nice.
Yeah, nice little bike. Gets up and goes.
Yeah.
But it has the same parts as the Amigo.
Yeah.
But the Amigo's carbureted.
Right. So it just shows that there are different companies badging it, buying all the parts, but they can upgrade, do more stuff. So, and I paid £1,000 for that.
I say that's a pretty shiny pipe on there too.
Isn't it?
Make sure to post that in the show notes so people can actually see this.
Well, there's lots to share. So I got a little bike just to pop around Wales on. That's where Haley lives. Because I was like, I gotta have something. I gotta have something here. As I mentioned, went to the Triumph factory, which is always really cool because they got the museum. Kat and I have been there, swap things out. Just such a cool thing to see all the crates of bikes that are coming and going there.
Now, you showed me, and bear in mind, I've never seen it in the flesh, the engine wall. The wall of engines. And that's all modern Triumph. They haven't got any vintage Triumph engines there, but that's all the variants of the modern Triumph engines, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. And then I finally went to the Diddley Squat Farm.
Oh, great. Great.
Yes.
Was the line super long? I was just crazy when I was there.
Yeah, it was crazy long.
I still have, I bought one. It says, the best bag
in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Jeremy Clarkson's. I went to, just talking about stuff I just never done, went to the Cavern Club.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
What's this?
The Cavern Club, where the Beatles were discovered.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in Liverpool. And
Did you go to Strawberry Fields?
Nope. And the other thing, touristy thing that I did was that, let's see, I did the Cavern Club, and then I went to, if anyone's watching, Welcome to Wrexham.
Yep. Yeah, I've been watching that a little bit.
So I went to the clubhouse and bought another T-shirt.
Are you a Beatles fan, Liza?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I would like to invite you to come with me to where the Beatles were made. And that is
Hamburg,
the lovely party town of Hamburg on Reeperbahn. That's where the Beatles did their hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of. Yeah, you had to make it in Hamburg and then come back and play in the UK.
Cool. Well, another really cool thing that I did. So while I was there with Haley, I guess I should disclose we were working on Women Riders World Relay. We're starting it back up 2026. And the news is that it's an app that we are creating that will have a virtual relay. Anyway, I'll talk about that more in another episode. But she said, on Saturday, we're going to go see some sidecar racing thing. Okay, sounds interesting, right? We get there, and it is the Sidecarcross World Championships.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like,
crazy.
What? In this ginormous kind of motocross track, but it goes over and around these hillsides and has multiple like hill climbs and whoops and jumps, and like it's massive. Nice. And it's down in this dish, and you sit up on the top where they have all these like more portable pubs, and you're just looking down into this dish watching all the teams from different countries competing in the motocross sidecar race.
So you sent me the picture, the video, whatever. So what setup do they run? Like if you're going to motocross race a sidecar, did you get like a normal dirt bike and fit it out? Like what do they run?
Yeah.
It requires, first off, a serious level of insanity, and then you have to move forward.
Now, back in the day, the Russians really dominated that sport. Now, I don't know how it is 40 years, 50 years on since I last saw it.
Yeah, that tracks.
But the Russians really were very, very competitive.
Yeah, I've seen some videos where the Dutch are going crazy over those kinds of races.
Yeah, not something that we have much of over here. Oh, here they go. Look at that. Wow. Flying through the air with the greatest of ease. That is incredible.
Yep.
Oh,
landing on three wheels.
Yes. I remember seeing those when they did the Trans AMA series back in the early 70s. They had sidecar races.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy to see it come back.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, you look at the setups they have at Laguna. Well, we used to go for ARMA, and you could get in the pits and look at the sidecar rigs they have now. And with the plastics off of them, they don't even look like a motorcycle. It looks like something coming out of Star Wars.
All right,
it's
Liza,
such
a crowd pleaser, though. I wish we'd do it because it would draw crowds. It's so much fun to watch. And yes, it requires a certain level of insanity to do it.
Definitely. And just watching these sidecar rigs catch air is something else. I've seen a number of videos of these before, and it's really cool. It makes me
oh my gosh,
makes me want to do it.
It was really amazing to watch. I mean, they were getting massive air, and then there was also a whole other category of quads, which normally we hate.
Well, we still
but in this setting, it was pretty amazing. But oddly, the sidecar rigs were able to jump further over the tabletops than the quads.
Wow!
Probably because they have better suspension. I'm not sure.
No, it's called insanity. We're just hitting the gas and going.
Well, and at one point there was this there was a, what do you call it? Sharp turn. What do you call it?
Hairpin.
Hairpin. And you could walk right up to the fencing and watching. There was no one there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go watch until I got hit in the head with a rock.
There you go.
Yeah. And the other thing was interesting watching is some of them were right-hand car and some of them were left-hand car. So apparently it depends on their country.
What?
And what is common in their country.
Right.
And so to see them tackling the same corner was kind of interesting because they had to have different techniques.
So I wonder if they have the same number of right and left-hand turns.
Well, yeah, you do to complete a loop.
Well, I mean, sometimes like racetracks will have
more left
13
and more right.
rights and 7 lefts,
track.
you know? So you'd think that would favor one setup or the other.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
Sidecar Cross was one of those things that had been on my list to see. And now I can say I went to the World Championship. So that was really fun.
Well, your timing seems good. All this, you didn't even know this was happening.
I know. And then the other thing that I went to was the Bike Shed show. So for people who don't know, and of course I went to the Ace Cafe. Of course, Kat, you know I did.
I'm so pleased that the Ace Cafe is not a ridiculous tourist trap. It still is an authentic, genuine cafe with a little bit of a gift shop, but it's still it's still the Ace
you go
Cafe.
there for food
It's still
and
cool.
Yeah. At one night when we went there, it was like car clubs there. You know,
it looks posh.
Posh?
Yes.
No,
it's not.
No.
Is it garagey?
It's just a cafe.
Okay.
Sticky floor.
The show, because do you post some pictures of the show itself?
No, the Ace Cafe, not the Bike Shed.
That's what I was thinking of.
So the Ace Cafe. So the Bike Shed, for those who don't know, there's one in LA and there's one in London. And the actual Bike Shed is a series of rooms that are underneath a railroad arch. Railway arch. Emma, you're familiar with those, right? How you get those giant
trestle.
Yeah,
well, but it's stone.
Okay.
Right. And very common in bigger cities. You know, funnily enough, never really took off as such in Birmingham. I'm sure we're going to get some Birmingham.
They're all over London, though.
But I mean, London has got a ton. And I want to say Nottingham. You know, anywhere that's got this gigantic railway network.
It's an elevated train and nobody wants to live underneath the tracks.
Right,
so it becomes a cheap place to get a garage.
Yeah, and so the Bike Shed is really cool because at both of the London and LA, it's a restaurant, kind of a bar, hair cutting, like tattoo, shop that sells jeans and clothes and cool
with occasional
stuff.
noise included.
It's just all and then cool bikes
and lots
everywhere.
of cool bikes everywhere.
It's just
it's
like all the whole all the stuff.
You ride your bike through where people are drinking coffee, you know, to park it. So
the one in London, yeah. So the Bike Shed show, though, was not at the Bike Shed because it's much larger than that. I didn't know what to expect. Really cool place with a lot of glass walls and stuff like that, and bikes and music and food and art.
I'm just curious, like what their truck food is.
Truck food?
There.
Oh no, I can answer that. You get a lot of foreign foods that we're not used to.
Indian food?
Yeah, a lot of curries but you also get like Korean food and just stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just like how Chinese and Mexican is really common here, they have their own kind of more common stuff there, right?
Mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
Lamb vindaloo.
But one of the coolest things I really liked about the show is that there were a ton of Royal Enfields, new and old ones. But the whole customizing Royal Enfield scene, and some of them are like choppers, and some of them are dirt bikes, kind of like what you see happening here with. I mean, we turn anything into anything, but like choppered Royal Enfields, because that is kind of the affordable, cheap bike. I mean, would you say it's their version of the Sportster?
I mean, I would suggest that. You can't argue with the price. And Bonnevilles were extremely popular when they came out in 2001, the new Bonneville.
Yeah.
And has remained popular. But now in 2025, I mean, it's become a fairly expensive bike.
Yeah.
Whereas Royal Enfields is still cheap as chips, and it's not the bike a Bonneville is. But it's not cost. You know,
it's getting better and better too.
Yeah, and they're getting better and better, and it's still like a 650 twin.
Yeah,
it's plenty to
ride.
Good
donor engine for all sorts of stuff.
Oh, absolutely, and it looks great. You can polish them up, and you know, it's a good looking engine.
Race bikes, everything.
I actually picked out one of those as a starter bike for a friend of mine's daughter who wanted as a this old Royal Enfield. It's easy to work on. It's cheap. It was like sort of a scrambler version of it. I was like, this is the perfect beginner bike because you can buy a relatively new bike, but it's the same bike that it was 20 years ago.
Right.
And so it's like the same reason they run these things all over India is because anytime one breaks down, they all know how to fix it. And the parts haven't changed.
Yeah. You know, my friend Mike up in Montana, Mike Beck, he bought a brand new Hunter 350.
Sagebrush Rider.
Yeah, Sagebrush Rider. $5,000 out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves that
He loves
thing.
that bike.
Now, I should also point out he's got a Bonneville that he keeps in California, and he loves that damn thing
The
too.
Monterey bike.
But man, that Hunter.
In fact, Emma, take a look at this bike. Can you tell us what you're looking at? Pass this on. This is an interesting bike on display.
Oh, that is quite interesting. And this is actually a known bike. So what this is a twin-engine Triumph. And this thing has been...
Twin engine.
Yeah. What?
Twin-engine Triumph. And what makes it clever, and you could do this back in the day, was the back one has got a reversed head. So...
Yeah.
Way back when.
Back when the earth was young, before the mountains were formed, children.
No, hang on, wait a minute. So this is quite interesting. What he's got a unit Triumph twin, 650 twin, as the rear engine with a reversed head. And the front engine is a pre-unit twin, probably with the same top end, but with a conventional head on it. It's an amazing looking thing.
How does the transmission work?
Well, the transmission's just on the rear engine, so I'm guessing that the primary is linked.
Is this an Alan Milliard thing or?
No, I couldn't see Alan Milliard building this.
But just an example of the different kind of things that we don't really see here with a Triumph, which is much more common there.
That's cool.
So I definitely want to go next year. Oh, and then I ran into Charlie and you in there. They were speaking, but they were going through the different rooms, and I was wearing my dapper Hanoi suit, so I got their attention.
It works.
Yeah, it was cool. But so, I definitely want to go next year.
You talked about the American car scene. What about were the Harleys proudly displayed?
Yeah, there were some Harleys.
How was the vibe there? Any different? Just kind of like here?
No, just like at the one show, you get a certain amount of like the Harley choppers.
Yeah,
just not as many. They're certainly rarer, but Harleys were brought over there, so there's always a Harley scene. But more like Royal Enfields and Triumphs that are being chopped and bobbed and all that.
Right. And I mean, I remember, back in the 70s, Harleys were a very, very rare sight because they were so expensive. I mean, back then there was really one dealer who was selling Harleys in any number, and that was Fred Waugh in London. And I mean, he sold them out, but you'd go to any city, there were always tons of Triumphs, there was always tons of Japanese stuff, but you saw a Harley, it was an occasion because, and when the Evolution bikes came along in '84, and the bikes became a lot better, and I think Harley themselves became a little more aggressive about setting up dealer networks in England and Europe, and the whole lifestyle thing came in, and they became a lot more popular. But they're expensive. There's no getting away from it. And if you think used Harleys are expensive in America, in England, man, they are super pricey. And that affects the volume.
So yeah, great show, great time, great weather. Can't wait to go back again. Yeah, definitely want to go. But because I was there, I had to miss the Quail. Who here went to the Quail?
Yeah, me and
Neil and Emma.
Yeah.
How was it, Neil? Was that your first time?
That was my first Quail. And,
what did you think?
Well, the weather was wonderful. It was cloudy, but no rain to speak of. And I was really into the Japanese bikes. That was a core attraction for me. Of course, Yoshimura had a stand there, and they had significant race bikes there. They had like a very early CV750 sandcast cases, and I think that was like one of the top winners in the show.
I think that won overall, didn't it? Or was that last year?
Well, they had a thing on the 750s one year.
I think that might have been last year, yeah.
What was the theme this year?
Emma, do you remember the theme?
That's a very good question. What was the theme this
year? Oh, my
year?
gosh. Good report, guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, because, I mean, as you were well aware, I do not venture very far.
We had Gordon on the show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. And he told us what the theme was.
Well, it's hard to remember because there's so many other cool bikes.
Exactly.
I thought the theme was good weather this year.
There you go. There's so many cool things to see. So what was the first thing, Neil, as a first-timer that hit you about the show?
Well, I think that seeing the rare unrestored survivor bikes was important for me. So there was a Bruff Superior. It was just the one in the show that was a survivor. That was really cool. And that's the first time I've ever seen a Bruff in the rough, as it were.
That's kind of how people describe Emma too.
Bruff in the rough. Absolutely, you better believe it.
Rough in the buff.
And so there was a new creation from Mike Leeds, the trike with a small block Chevy in it. That was
interesting.
Pretty interesting.
Oh,
wow. There was a Corvair trike.
Cool.
That sounded like amazing when they fired that thing
Pomoda. Pomodas. And the GS, where John's showing me what they were celebrating.
Yes, Pomoda, Yoshimura, and the GS.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
They had a section for GSs and Yoshimura. I think were two themes that they had. And just, seeing bikes that I remember from when I was a kid, like, oh yeah, there's a CBX. My friend Dick Tomlinson had one of those. It was brand new.
You're that old guy who will talk to someone at a gas station when they have a cool bike that you knew when you were a kid. Yeah.
I would like to know, when you went to the Quail, how full was the bike parking lot versus the car parking lot?
And not very full at all. There was plenty of bike parking. And I got there a little bit early, so I was right over across from Bring a Trailer stand.
Yeah.
And the nice thing for me is, so I pull up and the guy waves me in and I'm right next to a Norton Commando that was, same model year that I had, a 75 electric start. And it's like, oh man, I'm just jonesing for this bike.
It already started.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty chill. I don't have a reference point as far as the number of people or number of bikes there, but I'm told that it's similar to what it has been in the past. And I got to talk to a bunch of different people about their experiences. And, one guy who's moving to Arizona, he lives in the East Bay, as it turns out, where I grew up. And so we talk bikes, and he wants to get back to me to do an electronics project with her. So,
see, Jim and I have always found this. Everyone's approachable.
Yeah.
Even though you're on a golf course.
Right.
With all these rich fuckers,
relaxed event.
But it's chill and everyone's cool and you can just strike up a conversation with anyone.
Yeah. And, there's lots to talk about, lots to see, and lots to reminisce about and speculate and dream and all these things. So I think it's kind of a field of dreams, really.
Field of dreams.
Seeing all these.
Neil, how motosexual were you?
Very,
very,
very motosexual. Yeah.
And has anyone, do they have other events around it too, like rides and stuff? Has anyone ever done the full boat? I mean, we've kind of snuck in once, but
well,
that's a good one too.
But
paid the full weekend experience.
I've exhibited there, but I've never been.
Yeah, I mean, the ride it's getting quite expensive.
Oh, you have all these like ex-MotoGP, Hall of Famers doing a ride, and you get to do a lap on Laguna Seca.
I think you can do a few laps.
Yeah, it's
you need quite a crunchy disposable income to do the ride. I think it's like $500 or $600, and as Gordon pointed out, it's not terrible value for money because, number one, you're riding within the company you keep. You're riding with a bunch of GP guys. You get a police escort. It's a 120-mile ride. You go around Laguna Seca. You do get lunch and you get VIP entry to the show. So you add it all up. But, dropping say $600 on a ride, it always seems expensive.
Could be a bucket list item.
I know, I kind of want to do it one year.
Well, I'm kind of tempted too. Like,
that's kind of north of the spousal approval limit. $300-ish.
I could buy airfare for that.
Tires.
Exactly.
So, Emma, did you do gin and tonic?
Well, of course I did. And I would like to thank Alex from Moto Mito in Sacramento for downing more gin and tonic than I thought was actually any single person was capable of.
Outside of the UK.
Yeah, but he kept on coming back and pounding them, and he was still standing.
And you kept slinging them.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's my barometer. If you are actually still standing, and wobbling's okay, but if you're basically upright and you're not clinging on to things,
and you're nice,
if you're steadying yourself, that's okay. You can have another one.
If you're more upright than horizontal, you're okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, one of my favorites, Dame Helen Miram. She can definitely throw back her gin and tonics, which means it's appropriate that she's earned the Dame level because, damn, she can get through gin and tonics.
You better believe. Yes. Yeah. So, once again, the Mototown tent was very, very well attended, largely because of said gin and tonics. And no, I had a really good show.
Did you display the usual arsenal, the trident? And...
The trident is something of a tradition for me at the Quail, and a lot of people came up and said, "Thank you for bringing it out again," because it's like
it's a striking bike.
5 for the Trident or something. So it always goes down well. But this year I brought the GS 850.
Emma? We've got breaking news. Breaking news coming in right now.
Yeah. From?
John. What is the news?
This is from Santa Cruz, California. Emma Booten from Recycle Garage, a co-op garage that helps people fix their motorcycles and provides free riding gear, said Pride 25 had a different edge to it because of the current political climate, bringing a new meaning to celebration. We live in times that some might argue we're going backwards, but we're not going to let that happen, she said.
A news article has come out about Santa Cruz Pride.
And a beautiful picture
with
Adrian and Emma and Evan and Doug and all of us.
Of everyone riding.
Yeah.
She'll want to see that.
Yes.
She saw it already.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, oh, good Lord.
Well, wrap up Quail and then we'll get to that real quick.
Yeah, so I brought the GS 850 out, and God almighty, you talk about a nostalgic bike. I had so many people come up to me and just all over that bike because they had one, their friend had one. It was a really affordable bike back in the day that people really loved.
And it's beautiful, your bike.
Yeah. Well, and once I'd done with the Quail, I loaded it up, headed south to San Luis Obispo and did the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
So you just answered the question, which bike did you ride?
I rode the GS. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is with the Trident, as pretty as it is, you're never guaranteed to make it to your destination.
Is that the one that sets you on fire?
Yes. No, and it's the Trident in my ownership has holder piston thrown a rod. It has set itself on fire, set my genitalia on fire. It's broken down in...
Does anyone smell that? Does that smell like burning cat?
Yes. It's broken down in traffic. It's broken down on the freeway. It had a blowout in the rear tire.
Yikes.
Was that the one the front fender loosened and sent you down the road?
No, that was another Trident.
Yeah.
And simultaneously a blowout in your underwear.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, I'm at the stage with the Trident. I mean, this is like a challenge that needs to overcome.
It's trying to kill you.
Yeah, it basically is. But that's a commonality with a lot of Tridents.
It's like a wild horse. You've got to,
yes,
you've got to convince it that it can trust you.
It's like it's like Alexander the Great and Bucephalus. It's only I can tame this thing, except I can't damn well tame it. I think at this stage I'm getting quite stoic about it. It's a beautiful bike to look at. And it's a looking bike.
Yeah.
And everywhere I take it, it's hugely admired. And I don't mind riding it across the lawn, on the Quail. And I don't mind, riding it up if it wins an award. And, I don't mind doing that. but I think the days of sort of doing 95, 100 miles an hour on the freeway on it are over, because it's
trying to kill you.
Yes, it regularly tries to kill me.
I think that's just basic wisdom at this point.
Well, with age does come wisdom, I'm told.
So, not to cut the Quail short, because it's a great event, but we made the news.
Yeah.
So it was Pride Day today.
What a fun day.
And we all went and got dressed up and went and rode in the parade, which is fun because
supported.
we lead the parade.
Yes.
And I led with the Amigo.
You did.
Yes.
With the Boss speakers that Emma put on it that are for a Harley.
The
and are
sound
louder
system. Nice.
Louder than my Harley, which is a whole nother cat out of the bag. I own a Harley now. Let's get over it. Okay. So that was fun.
It was great.
But we made a real impact on people, I think.
I love when we ride in and everybody's cheering for us when we're riding in.
Well, we also give out beads to all the kids and people along the
Stickers.
way.
You do know when the parade's about to begin, though. When the bikes fire up and everybody's revving and people start cheering.
I was playing the disco music.
It's a fun event.
Yep.
So and that little Amigo upstaged by an Amigo yet again. I mean, I am always confounded by the smallest thing, and this year it was the Amigo.
Well, and once again, I've decided that my custom suit from Vietnam is the perfect thing for any motorcycle event. So I wore that in the parade. Yes.
Oh, I believe so. And I think the colors.
It pops.
Yeah, no, it really does.
Yeah, but congratulations. You made it.
Well, and I think you've got to be supportive of everyone, and which we try and be down here at the garage. And and to be quoted. What was that newspaper that was?
Look out.
Oh, Look Out. Yeah.
Well, good. I hope you're feeling pretty high and good about that, because I'm about to bring you down, Emma.
Oh, dear.
Because I need you to say, Liza, you were right.
Liza, you were right.
About KTM.
Oh. Well, now, hang on.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Emma?
Well, I know Bajaj have just chucked a lot of money at them.
Yeah.
KTM has now become a scooter company.
Yep.
Bagel's probably so happy now.
Yeah.
So Bajaj, that owned 49.9%, just bought the other 51%.
Right.
49, yeah.
900 million they've thrown into it.
They're bailing them out. And I told you, KTM had value. Somebody's going to bail them out.
Yeah.
It has worth. It has value. It's not going to die, but they're going to play hardball. And they did. And now they've been bailed out and reinvested in.
And they're now a wholly owned subsidiary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least they got an owner with deep pockets.
True.
That will be very much look forward to.
Yeah.
And
the
an owner
MotoGP team desperately needs.
Yeah, they still haven't
fresh
committed
parts.
to next year, so.
And they're also an owner that knows how to manufacture all the parts for the bikes, right?
That's true.
So Emma, say it.
No, I want to make it absolutely clear. I don't think they're out of the woods yet.
Really?
Okay.
And I'm not being a stick in the mud. I mean, Bajaj have just chucked an unholy amount of money at this, and you don't throw 900 million at a healthy company
with an abundance of stock.
It gets them back to zero, though, in terms of debt and everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
remember, they have an abundance of bikes.
Well, within the track community, we saw sort of a slight problem with KTM in that it's literally embodied in the words ready to race. When you have a bike that's ready to race, that also means that it's high performance and by very nature, temperamental.
Right.
It's going to be falling apart quicker. It's going to be breaking quicker. You're going to need parts. The bikes themselves, some of them are absolutely amazing, a barrel of laughs to ride, but you have to maintain this thing.
Yeah,
because
any
it's
high performance bike
ready to
has high performance maintenance.
So,
but
that's the question. Do you
the
buy
fact
a
that-
KTM?
Yes,
Or a
you do.
Husqvarna or a gas.
There you
All
go.
right, so Emma,
Yeah.
you're holding out on that for now.
I mean,
I'll give you a little pass for now, because the deal won't be completed until 26 because it has to go through all sorts of
Right.
stuff. But that's the deal on the table.
And I would argue that KTM no longer exists now. It's
Well-
Bajaj.
The
Well-
question is would you buy a KTM now knowing that Bajaj dumped that money in?
Not yet.
You wouldn't.
No.
Well, I will be heading very soon into its home territory, and I know why the KTM bikes are designed as they are because I'm going to be riding on the roads that made those bikes.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall see. The real issue is the engines. Everything else, they'll keep them short, light, but will they keep the engines?
Well, and let me remind you, it's not just KTM.
Yes.
It's also Husqvarna and Gas
Right.
in that deal.
This is true.
I'll say people effing love those dirt bikes.
Yeah.
It's like crack
They really do.
when you get into the dirt.
All right.
And I get it. I mean,
And the value in the company really is in that intellectual property, right?
Yeah.
There's also brand power with KTM. I mean, only KTM markets dog bowls that are orange, bright orange.
Harley does.
Okay, but it's the only brand that other than that has that spirit that has made a brand of itself.
Triumph would argue with that a little
Let
bit.
me tell you something. 901 million was a deal, if you ask me.
$1 billion. I don't know.
We shall
that's,
see.
Yeah, we're for controlling. Anyway, I'll give you a pass because I think it's going to depend on the decisions
well,
that
we're
are
going to have to see what
made
direction they go in, right?
going forward.
Because decisions are
because it's
going to
under
have to
new
get made.
management now too. So let's see.
So what will happen with their relationship with CF Moto?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, Bajaj owns them now.
Yeah.
And also the issues that they've had with their suppliers that they didn't pay before, how are they going to be able to get the parts to make their bikes? Is Bajaj going to be taking over the supplying of those?
Employees would like to be paid too. That's another big thing.
That too, yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
I'll give you a pass.
Like I say, as of right now, I think we're being a little premature. They've been thrown a lifeline.
Yeah.
They haven't quite grabbed it yet.
I think it was the plan all along, but time will tell.
They're going to need to do a lot of work to revive and bring the company back, but it can be done.
And I want to make it. I want them to be healthy. I want them to be able to produce the bikes that we love. I want them to be able to move forward through this. But man, they got themselves in a bad spot.
There's so many good deals there right now too,
and they have a lot of problems that need to fix.
Yeah,
to be sustainable. So because there are reasons why they ended up where they are. So
Neil, you got to go. All right, see ya.
See you, Neil.
Bye,
Cheers, Neil.
All right. All right. Well, you guys want to try a little game? A little thing we were trying out in the parking lot.
Sure.
Emma, you don't know about this.
I don't.
I came up with a new game.
Is it going to be Emma versus the world again?
No. This
Thank
game
God.
is called Read My Mind.
Oh, blimey.
Read My Mind. But in fact, Emma, we're going to start with you.
Oh, hello.
So here's how the game works. Emma, I'm going to assign to you a motorcycle, a very common motorcycle. In fact, the motorcycle I'm assigning to you is none other than Triumph Bonneville.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what I need you to do is think about what spirit animal best represents the Triumph Bonneville, and do not say it out loud. Think about that. As you think about that, I'll explain to everyone else here how it's going to work. As soon as she has that spirit animal in mind, we're going to take turns and try and read her mind and guess what that spirit animal is. We'll go down the line, one guess at a time. If after one round we don't get it, Emma, you'll use a one-word clue. We'll do another round, see if we can get it. And I will tell you, when we were practicing out in the parking lot, Vinnie, we were doing pretty good, right?
Yeah. Some of it was hit or miss. Some of it was pretty direct.
I read Jim's mind and got it on
my
the first
mind,
try.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
I got a little dizzy when it happened.
Get out of my head.
So, Emma, do you have a spirit animal in mind for the Triumph Bonneville? You do. You do. I need you to focus on it. Think about it. Everybody try to imagine what animal she is thinking is the spirit animal of the Triumph Bonneville. I will start because an image came to mind. It doesn't make sense. I'm not trying to use logic. But what came to mind was a walrus. Is that it?
No.
Okay. Who else has a guess? All right, Vinnie.
I'm going to throw out a bulldog.
Oh, God, he got it.
Did he?
Get out of my head! Get
Oh,
out of my head! Oh, Vinny's in my head!
Did he really?
Vinny's in my head!
Oh my
oh,
god!
jeez, I was going to guess a terrier.
Wow.
Where does the bulldog come from? I was going with
British.
a thoroughbrit.
British bulldog.
British.
And,
British,
and
okay.
do you know what my clue was going to be?
Wow.
Spike.
Oh.
If I'd have said Spike,
Oh,
you'd
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, Vinny, I'm going to give you a bike now, and you get to do the
Let's
next
run
one.
it.
How about the Honda Grom? Okay, everybody think. Tell me when you have it, Vinny, and we will try to read his mind. All right. Do you have it?
Yeah.
The Honda Grom. Okay. I have a guess. Does anyone else want to go first?
I'll try.
I know mine's
All right,
wrong,
Emma,
but it'll be
what
me.
what are you getting from Vinny?
It's a hamster.
Ooh,
Oh, good guess.
not it.
Not it. All right, John.
Groundhog.
No.
See, we're going in a similar vein.
Yeah,
Squirrel.
yeah.
I'm going squirrel.
No.
Oh,
I thought it was
see,
there.
I was thinking
I was focusing on
ferret.
his mustache.
No.
Thought I would do it.
Ferret. No.
No, not fair.
All right, Kat. What's your guess?
I only did it because it just was funny. It popped in my head as a gerbil. But
These are all
No.
very themed.
All right, Bagel.
you're getting a theme here.
I was gonna think more of a like maybe a wombat.
Ooh,
Wow.
good guess. Is it a wombat,
It is
Vinny?
not a wombat.
Okay,
Not a wombat.
okay.
Clue time.
One word clue.
I can't think of one without giving it away.
Come on. May I
I'll say-
suggest you could use the word that's maybe the habitat for this animal, something like that.
Yeah. I'll say agile.
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 Yeah.
Agile. Oh, no, that wouldn't be it. Agile.
A monkey. A
Mongoose?
cheeky monkey.
Is it a monkey?
No.
Kat, you said,
Mongoose.
is it a mongoose?
No.
Agile. Okay.
It's not a cheeky
All
monkey.
right.
It's a cheeky.
I'm gonna say a kitty cat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah.
It's a cat?
Yeah, I was thinking
cat?
like a hairless cat. There's like a
Oh,
A Mexican
God.
cat. Well done.
Why?
Mind reading.
Yeah.
Hairless.
That is crazy. All right,
I'm
John.
reading.
It's not. It wasn't a cheeky monkey.
Let's finish this round out.
Did
John,
I give you some art with a cheeky
I'll let
monkey
you
on
pick,
it?
I'll let you pick your own. What on the list looks good?
Let me see. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Which bike are you going?
Ninja 650.
Ninja
Okay.
650.
All right, John, think about the animal, the spirit animal for the Ninja 650, and then we will try and read your mind.
All right.
Okay, it's crazy how this works, isn't it? All right, you're thinking of the Ninja 650.
Mhm.
Think of the animal. I need you to picture it in your head. And
Channeling chi.
the Ninja 650. That's not a real animal, so I'm getting a picture.
Snuffleupagus. What are you doing over there?
It's my favorite character from Sesame Street.
We'll come back to you.
Mr.
Okay.
Snuffleupagus.
I have a guess. John.
Yep.
Are you thinking of a greyhound?
Nope.
Okay. Who else has a guess?
A flounder.
Cheetah.
Nope.
No, to me, it's a good all-rounder, loyal machine. It's a Labrador Retriever.
Nope.
All right.
All right.
A bobcat.
No.
Oh, good guess.
A flounder.
No.
Whose mind
would
are
be
you
great, though.
reading?
With eyes on one side of its head.
Vinny?
Well,
I'm trying to go on the same wavelength as Cat because with the reliable and
Yeah.
common.
But see, the problem is you're trying to think.
Yeah.
You need to receive
Right,
and channel.
vibe.
Yeah.
As
Look
he-
into my eyes.
Read
Look into
his
John's
mind.
I see nothing.
Jesus Christ. Looks like you've been possessed. My
Jesus Christ. I'm
God.
going to need 2 condoms for that look.
Look at my brown eye and see if you can figure it out.
Oh.
See, what did I say?
Good Lord.
Do you have a guess?
Oh, man, no.
Ninja
I was thinking
650.
golden retriever.
No.
Well, that's what I just
Okay,
said.
is it
No.
clue
Yeah,
time?
I said
All right,
Labrador.
clue. One
Oh,
word
okay.
clue.
One.
Grass.
Grass.
It's a cow. How can it be a cow? It's
Not a cow.
Cow, that's your guess? All right.
Oh, it's a sheep.
Nope.
Lemur.
Nope.
No.
Thoroughbred.
Horse. Lemu's not an animal.
I will say close, but no.
Oh, a pony?
Not a goat.
Close, but no.
A donkey.
Close, but no.
Mule.
Close, but no.
Oof.
Did everyone guess?
Yep.
A gazelle.
All right. No. Okay, is that your guess? Gazelle?
No, it's not a gazelle.
All right. We didn't get it. What?
It's a quarter horse.
A horse.
That is a horse.
No, it's a quarter horse. It's specific.
It's a horse.
It's not,
No,
nobody
it's-
said horse, by the way.
I
So,
did say horse, but
you said mule.
but a
Say
quarter
cow.
horse. A quarter horse is a specific breed of horse that
It
has
gets
particular,
smaller than the big
All
horses, but
right.
still
has a huge big butt.
Yeah.
It's generally well tempered. Yeah.
See, quarter
All
horse.
right. Well, let's do one more round, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Bagel.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and read your mind,
Mm.
and I'm gonna give
Good
to
luck.
you the Harley Sportster.
Your favorite motorcycle,
Mm.
Bagel.
So let me know
Ah.
when you've come up with the spirit animal for the Harley Sportster. And then we will try to read your mind.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, this one seems easy to me.
I'm too colored by my opinion of the Sportster to properly guess.
Bagel, do you have a spirit animal?
I do.
You do. Okay. Oh man, I mean, it really. Even though we just said it, I'm gonna say pony.
Nope.
I'm going to steal yours and go with walrus.
Nope.
Mm.
All right, who else has a guess?
Pitbull.
Nope.
No.
But you're warm.
Oh.
All right, Emma, you got a guess? Make sure you speak into your mic, Emma. All right.
Her eyes are rolling back in her
Silence.
head.
I definitely think it's dog themed. And it's not a pit bull. A spaniel.
No. But you're in the general vicinity.
What is a dog that is hated by the rest of its family?
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
my.
It's got to be a runt.
So that
All
means
right.
you don't want to ride my Sportster later, huh?
Vinny, do you have a guess?
I want to guess a French bulldog.
What's in it?
No.
All right.
Kat, do you have a guess?
A poodle.
No, but maybe even a little warmer.
All right, so you get to do one word clue.
Mm-hmm. Loyal.
Labrador.
A little more specific?
Labrador Retriever? Gold.
It's a black lab.
There you go. You got it.
There we go.
A black lab.
Black lab specifically.
Okay, I used to work for a company called Bike Bandit, and that's what we chose as the literal spirit animal for the company was a
Interesting. Yep.
black Labrador.
So this is something I encourage people to play with their friends because I don't know, it was working out
Yeah.
in the parking lot
Yeah,
too. It's so
same.
much fun. Like
Yeah,
I was thinking about bike spirit animals.
I couldn't believe somebody got my R1 in 2 tries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bear.
A bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Vitali got that.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into a bit. Vinny, this is your first time here,
Yes,
and you do a thing
I do.
that's kind of cool.
It's really cool. A lot of us benefit tremendously from
And
it.
we've never talked to anyone who does this thing.
Stellar.
Thankless type work.
It is
How do we not all
absolutely.
know about this?
I know. Does this thing that you do involve shitting in the woods?
It can in certain instances. I haven't done
Wait.
that, but
Emma, do you even know what he does?
I've
Oh, this is a fun game.
well, no.
Well, with that
Shit to the
intro,
woods. That's the first
No,
clue, ladies and gentlemen.
He's already been in my head.
At least he didn't shit there.
Well,
You don't know that.
we're all thankful for that.
Does this job involve a chainsaw?
not for me. No, but it can.
But it could.
Well, I was just thinking, you clear trails?
Yeah, pretty much.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, so I do volunteer trail maintenance at Carnegie SVRA out here.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
hero!
Yeah.
What a hero!
I'm not the only one.
Yes.
But there's a group of us, and we're kind of led by somebody on the Carnegie staff. And I do have to preface this with a little I'm not employed by Carnegie. I'm not employed by California State Parks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a rider. I get to see a tiny bit of how the sausage gets made there. In a sense of really what we do is maintain the volunteer group. We maintain some of the single track stuff because there's issues where there have been issues raised with the park of things with erosion and this, that, and the other. So
also you come around a turn and all of a sudden there's a branch right at head level.
Yeah.
And there you go.
So let's talk about for doing the trails. Like you haven't been to Carnegie, have you?
No, I've never been there.
We haven't been there, but
Have a reason
Tell us
now.
about Carnegie and why we should go there.
Yeah.
So Carnegie, it's just a tiny piece of heaven right there between Tracy and Livermore, and it's very hilly. It was back in the 1800s. It was a town, and they made bricks there. So you might see Carnegie bricks in various places and things like that. So that's kind of what it was famous for. And then eventually, an earthquake or a flood or something happened in the 1900s and kind of washed it out. It was kind of a final thing for it. But then in the 60s, people started riding there. Because it's in kind of a valley, kind of a watershed where there's a ton of steep hills. It's there's a valley floor that has some challenging terrain and stuff like that. So people go there for a lot of things. Like I guess it's starting to get referred to as moto climb professionally, but hill climb is what we know it as.
Oh, they have an event there, don't they?
Yeah, they do events throughout the year.
Okay.
Elevated Action Sports, they run events there throughout the year, and those are always sick to see.
A reason to go. It's
Yeah.
only an
that'd be
hour and a
fun to
half
go.
away from here.
We should do that and go see
Yes,
them.
I always thought it was further, but it's not that far.
Yeah, it's
No.
not too bad.
What's that, like an hour from here, maybe?
Closer than Nevada.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
About as hot as Nevada too in the summer.
a lot of us have, horrid, meaningless jobs that we do to pay the rent, and we want to have some meaning in our lives. And wow, what a great thing to do is to make the trails for other fellow riders. And man, that's you're a hero. You bring fun into people's lives. That's awesome.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, for like Jim and John and I, we all know just the trails we regularly do at Hollister, how different they may be depending upon the season, the weather, and the riders.
What side of the park you're on, even.
Yeah.
Exactly. But also how much damage the bikes can do.
Yeah.
And so to have volunteers going in.
So did they
pretty
have,
cool.
not to get in the weeds, but like a couple of years ago, we had all the heavy rains here. Was it 3 years ago? And a washed out Hollister completely changed the park. Did they have the similar issues out there?
There's actually, so I have it as a highlight on my Instagram. One of the environmental scientists from Carnegie, they did a whole report on how that was. I think that was in 2023. We had all those atmospheric rivers and stuff in January, December. So they did a whole report because Carnegie was shut down for 100 days for that. Nobody could come in. They couldn't even
so
come
was
into
Hollister,
work.
I think. For a while, everything just got rinsed.
It was just a swamp, or the riding conditions were,
rutted,
what was
right?
the problem?
Yeah, there's a creek that runs through Carnegie it's a couple weeks out of the year. When the floods came, it rerouted that creek. It took out power poles. There were like gullies,
culverts washed out. I mean, or anyway, all the drainage and stuff.
The hills were absolutely smoked because there was just a ton of like just giant holes that were unrideable. That it was a fire road that was there before, and now it's a big hole in the ground. Yeah. And so riders were kind of pissed about it. They're like, "Why are we closed down? Like, we already ride this gnarly stuff," and they were almost taking it out on the social media people, and it was kind of weird. To see that, because like having gone and seen it once they opened the park to at least start kind of working on things, I was like, "There's no way anybody's riding this. This is a hole in the ground."
Dangerous enough, and going like even just after this winter, you'll be on some trails and you'll come around a turn, and you can see they've been maintaining it. They're letting you out, and then the left half of the trail where it goes down into the valley just disappears. And you're like, dude, like you can imagine if that was 5 feet wider and the whole thing across, right?
Right.
So
it's sketchy fast.
Are you riding the trails, or are you hiking it and working by hand there?
So I personally, because my bike's a little bit busted right now, I get to go in the truck, and then there's a handful of us that go in the truck, but it's also open to anybody that wants to come in. You can ride up with us. You can bring your own tool if you want, but they do have some tools that they provide too, because it's all hand tooling.
Yeah. Like shovels?
Shovel work?
Yeah, shovels, McLeods, pickaxes, things like that, depending on the time of year, because sometimes the dirt just doesn't move, so you need something like a pickaxe or a shovel or whatever.
Is it more clay out there? What is the soil out there?
It's a mixture. It's a ton of clay, because, that's kind of the brick thing, right? The red clay out there. So, yeah. It's
highly
a lot
expansive fat black clay, they call it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How does it compare to like Hollister or Stonyford or any of the other What's the differential?
Yeah, so my only comparisons that I can make, because I've ridden like Deer Creek out in the Sierra Nevadas, I've ridden Prairie City, and then Hollister, and then obviously Carnegie. That's where I learned to ride and spent most of my time. So compared to Hollister, you're going to see a lot more gnarly stuff kind of boiled down into a smaller space. You could see the whole park in a day pretty easily, but there's just a lot of gnarly hill climbs and some crazy single track stuff. And there's also like novice things too to kind of get around and connect things.
So they have a green, blue, and black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So how do they map out the work? Somebody like who kind of organizes it, and then how do you get your marching orders?
I mean, pretty much I'll show up on that Sunday morning. I'm like, all right, where are we going? And then kind of go from there. But usually it's a matter of finding, because they have certain areas of the park that they call RMAs. I think it's resource management area. They're kind of protected, and they're single track only. You can only get a dirt bike through the gate onto the trail. And so we're looking for spots that are kind of riddled with braking bumps usually, or another aspect to it is if things are just getting a little too narrow with like kind of weeds coming through or whatever, like anything like that. Typically braking bumps is what we see, because what it causes is people try and go around these things, right? They say they want to do some gnarly stuff, but then they end up going around. You get erosion in places that you don't want.
The
basically.
volunteer trails.
Yes. Well, yeah, on the trails that we maintain, yeah.
No, isn't that what they call when somebody goes around?
Just make their own trail.
Yeah.
Volunteer trail.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But basically, a lot of the things, too, there's some oversight there, people kind of keeping things in check outside of the park, from what I understand. And what we're trying to do is make sure that kind of vegetation is where it needs to be and trail is where it needs to be, because when we have more vegetation there, we're noticing, or at least the park staff, they're noticing, you're getting more wildlife, more birds, like all these other things that kind of bring things together for the moto community. Like at least for those of us that kind of treat it similar to hiking a little bit.
That's cool.
Not that you're, just walking up these hills or anything, but like when you're riding through and you take a break, it's kind of nice to, when you're taking a breath, you might see a red-tailed hawk or something like that. Or
do you actively seed any areas to try to like get more vegetation to growth to hold on and keep erosion down?
The park staff does, yeah. Okay. I've tried to help out with that. I kind of missed out on those opportunities, because they'll usually do like seeding for after hill climbs on the moto climb hills, like the competition hills. They'll seed those afterwards. Haven't been able to see that in person yet, but. Yeah, they do actively do that and rehab stuff.
Yeah, because then it doesn't turn into a big giant mud river.
Mushy river.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question. Why? Why do you volunteer your time? What do you get out of it?
Yeah.
Instead of working on your dirt bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your priorities are fucked up.
We had a good time then.
Why didn't you bring your bike here today? I mean, come on.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, this goes back to when I started riding in 2002. I learned how to ride at Carnegie when I was 7 or 8 years old or so. Yeah, so it's always been a family thing, and I always wanted a way to give back to the park. And I don't remember if I heard about this through Motorcycles and Misfits or if like Daddy Algorithm just fed it to me on Facebook one day. But
Daddy Algorithm.
We'll take the credit.
Yeah. Back in like 2015 or so, 2016 maybe, I started seeing these posts from a place called Rampart Range. I think I got that right. It's in Colorado. It's a volunteer trail network. From what I understand of that, I just see them. They do all the same stuff that I'm kind of talking about now, except it's, out there. So I saw that and I was like, man, that would be sick to be able to do that for Carnegie or wherever I might go. Because at the time I was living in South Carolina. Fast forward a few years to 2019, I moved back to California. I saw a Facebook post in like 2021 from the Carnegie Facebook page, and they were looking for volunteers for trail maintenance. And I was like, all right, let's put my money where my mouth is. So it's 4 hours a month. I go out there, get my feet in the dirt.
Yeah.
And it also kind of helps me out with my like regular job when I do volunteer stuff like this. So
breathe some fresh air.
Yeah, breathe some fresh air. Because that's another thing too. Is like,
are you having to do the community hours to work off?
Either that or pick up garbage on the side of the road.
To beat your dog in front of the neighbors, man.
So I have to blow into that device to start my bike.
You too?
So what is your dirt bike?
I have a 06 YZ250F.
Oh, that's the kickstart only, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got valve problems, I'm sure.
No, we blew a motor before we had valve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You blew a motor because you had valve, bro.
Maybe.
I think
I
it
don't know.
was a cam chain stretched, and then my dad fixed it. And I was, again, living away from home at this time. I came back, and it was all good. There was a new piston, new cylinder, and stuff like that. He kind of juiced it up a little bit, and then I don't think we just did a heat cycling procedure quite right, because after a few rides, it was starting to knock like a Mormon on emissions. So,
bad Utah
awesome.
jokes.
I love it.
kind of left it in pieces for a little bit, and then
At least it's a clean joke.
Very clean.
sorry about that.
That's
No,
all
it's
right.
great.
Have you ever heard that one, Liza?
No,
Oh, you're kidding me.
but I do have a lot of missionaries in my family.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do.
I do.
I can't believe you've never heard that.
That is a good one.
So, yeah, you probably need a crank.
Yeah, I have my buddy Clint, who I work with. He's kind of like my mentor at Carnegie. He also builds motors, so I brought him the motor, and it's like, just make it good. Doesn't have to be spicy. Just has to go back in the bike so I can get back to it. Because I haven't ridden Carnegie for way too long. I haven't ridden Hollister for way too long, and definitely want to get back out there and be part of it again, and actually take advantage of the work that I'm doing.
Well, you know what?
We'll come meet you.
Today is your lucky day, because I will make you a deal on a 1989 NX 250 running bike
Oh yes,
With a title.
With a title.
with a title. We'll get to that in a second. So, Jim, how did you two connect?
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Years ago, just started following each other, liking his stuff, and seeing him do cool shit, and then watching him get involved with the trail riding and all that. You weren't in Beaufort, South Carolina, were you?
no, I was in Sumter, South Carolina.
All right.
I was going to guess Murfreesboro.
Well,
think
Beaufort
that's
has a
Tennessee.
Naval Air Station.
Oh,
Yeah,
Or
interesting.
Marine Corps Air Station, maybe. I forget which one it is.
yeah. I think they do have Marines out there.
Marine.
No, I'm Air Force, so I was in.
I knew it was something like, okay.
Yeah, I saw the haircut.
Oh,
that sound you hear is the sound of freedom.
Wait.
That's the easy one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait
Air
a
Force is
minute.
the easy one.
Oh, no comment.
Your Air Force.
You're still in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're out there. So are you monkeying around with C5s? Because there's
Not-
that big C5.
Is he
thing.
allowed to say?
So, well, yeah. So, I work up at Travis. So, we got the C5, C17, and KC46.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the big stuff.
Yeah. So, I don't touch the jets, but I was loosely involved with aircraft maintenance for quite a few years there, and
So you're a mechanic?
of sorts. I'm the mechanic.
And you can't fix your YZ250?
Right.
No.
No, these guys are specialized. But for those who don't know, because, I mean, if you don't know aircraft, until that thing that was bombed, the 225,
The Ukrainian.
Ukrainian
Deal.
plane,
Yep.
the C5 is the biggest flying thing ever.
Is that the Globemaster?
I think they call it the Globemaster. It's something like that.
Like you
Or the
could
Galaxy.
Yeah.
So you could put an
Galaxy.
Abrams tank in it, right?
Oh, you can put a
Yeah.
ton of Abrams
Yeah.
tanks in it.
Jesus.
Massive.
And when those things fly over, it's like a total eclipse. I mean,
They
they
don't
are
make sense.
huge. It doesn't make sense. And then the tankers, I think they were DC-10
They
based,
were,
but again,
yeah.
big aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see these things fly over, and it's
You see him flying to Moffett every now and then.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the
And that
thing
big
is,
Russian one with all the wheels on it.
they are so big. When they fly over, they look like they're doing about 10 miles an
Mhm.
hour.
Yeah.
The bigger the aircraft, the slower it looks as it's going over. And it's got to be cranking, but it doesn't look like
They've
it.
been
Yeah,
making
she's
these
actually
forever.
trying to park those things at Travis. Like, where do you stick it?
I have no idea.
No, it's a big base.
Thank
Not
God
sure where
that's
they
not
keep
my
'em.
job.
They're around there somewhere.
No, they keep them at Travis. There's one that's been parked there for way too long, and C5s have a weird reputation on the maintenance end. But yeah,
A lot of grease
I don't have to get
fittings, I
that.
hear. A lot of grease fittings. Ball bearings. All about ball bearings. these
Yeah.
days.
It's all the ball bearings.
Emma, I just wanted to share another picture has come through from Pride.
Oh, God.
This one's pretty good. Who looks like they're having the most fun?
Is that the one I sent you?
Look at that chute.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that chute.
It is me
Oh.
on the Amigo, weaving and laughing, having a good time, and Emma behind me on her Harley looking quite serious.
Well, she had a passenger. So,
She did.
If I didn't know better, I'd think that's AI.
I know.
yeah, right?
The suit is that
What
shiny.
what would the prompt have been to generate that picture?
Idiot on a little bike.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I sent that to her.
This is, oh my god, this is classic.
Well, thank you for doing trail maintenance. I mean, that's something that we
and
never
for serving your country.
we never. Yeah, that too. But
Yeah,
trail
more importantly,
maintenance
plane
fits me
maintenance.
more.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
But,
you for the plane maintenance.
Because that's something we take for granted. We go and ride the trails.
Oh, we super do,
Often.
and you notice it. You know, I mean, and you can see how like I said, how dangerous it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, it wouldn't be dangerous. They just close the trail, which
yeah,
is kind of
that's
worse.
typically what happens.
Yeah, it's close the
yeah.
trail.
Yeah, but somebody has to ride it to find
Somebody
the
sees
dangers.
shit first, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get to be the monkey and go check them out?
Well, so if I rode my own bike and I get to, just roll in all the work that I just did. But no, we usually have somebody with us, or we have riders with us that get to kind of, just roll everything in, make sure it's all good. But yeah.
What's your favorite detail to get? Like, what's your favorite tool? Like, I'm doing
The spade shovel man.
I used to use just McLeod's. They kind of have like forks on one end, and then it's like a flat kind of hoe thing on one end. But
hoe?
Yeah. I like a pickaxe now, just because.
Dude, that's a backbreaker.
They move the ground so well.
They do. I was picking rocks with one the other day.
I'm picturing you like riding because you got to sling one of these over your shoulder and then ride a bike because you got to get your bike moving. I understand you're taking the truck now, but still riding your bike down with a pickaxe slung over your shoulder. They look badass. It's like
you got
Mad
the
Max
dudes with
shit
the
right there.
with the chainsaw in the front. I see those little setups they sell for dirt bikes where you can mount the chainsaw.
No, it's sick. People they'll just kind of hook them to their chest protectors.
Really?
Yeah, it's
just guerrilla style.
It's sick.
I bet it's a nice group of people to hang out with too.
Full on army of darkness action,
right?
Yeah.
No, Emma's laughing at a picture of herself.
No, look at Kathy. Look at the expression on Kathy's face.
Anywhere but here is what it says. Anywhere but here. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, it's something we all take for granted.
Well, let's run the bikes running. Let's go ride bikes. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Come out there. Give us a good reason to go get scared of hill climbs.
Yeah, exactly. Take Craig.
Now I've let both cats out of the bag. So yeah, I accidentally bought 2 bikes.
You have been on a
motorcycle
buying spree.
I did not intend to buy either of them.
Oops. Oh, no. Look what happened. I bought a bike.
I slipped and it fell in.
You're a chronic purchaser.
It followed me home.
Bagel knows how this works.
I don't know anything about that at all. Ever. Never.
Well, actually, so I'm going to jump in here. Liza has this uncanny ability to do well with these things, and it kind of defies logic because there's no real, I like it and I'm going to buy it. And somehow it works out very, very well. So do you want to deal with the NX250 first? You bought a
1989 NX250, which is a pretty rare bike here.
It's a dual sport bike, quite a sophisticated engine.
But the engine is sort of bulletproof, though. I mean, it's been around the whole.
No, it's a standalone engine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a one-off engine in that bike.
But when it came out, it made a real impact.
Yeah, no, I remember because I had the 1988 NX650.
Right.
Yeah.
And which was called the Dominator.
In Europe.
In Europe, everywhere but America.
Yeah.
And so
horrible plastics on the thing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a dual sport thing. It's very cool. It's very nostalgic. And how much did you pay for this beast?
So here's the deal. I wasn't looking to buy a bike, but you know how you just are like browsing like Facebook ads just for fun?
Yep.
Right. And it came up and it looked better in the picture than it did in person, but they were only asking $800.
Okay.
And I wasn't looking for one. So I was just the asshole that says, I'll give you $500. I have a trailer. I can be there in an hour. Walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's a great little bike though.
Why not? Right. When I'm the person selling, I hate those people. I get it. And he said, thanks, but I already have somebody coming to get it. Then an hour later, he goes, they backed out. When can you be here? I'm like, on the way.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I showed up Now, the thing had been sitting for 10 years in someone's backyard.
Oh.
It had a seized piston on the front wheel, so it wouldn't move.
Fork seal's toast.
Yeah, the tire was flat. It's rusted, and I'm talking like aluminum, oxidation, everything. Who's in trouble?
Someone's calling with a question. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Again, why did you buy this? Or have we gotten to that
Way to
point
save
yet?
Emma on that one.
Okay.
And so I'm like, ooh, oh well, But here's the thing: it's complete.
And I think that's the
It's
appeal of it.
complete.
It is complete down to the graphics.
Yes,
It's original paint bike, and yeah, it's ugly and it's crusty, but it's original paint. It's got the original graphics on it.
Was it white or blue?
It's a
It's
white
white.
one
It's the white one.
with the blue graphics on it.
Mhm.
It's a perfect restoration platform. But here's the thing, it runs like a top.
I have not even pulled the carburetor.
Yeah.
Sat for 10 years.
Wow.
And this is the thing I can't figure out. Because like I said, it had a seized piston and a flat tire. Nobody's moved this thing. And a dead battery.
Did you even clean the float bowl out?
No, didn't pull it out. Didn't. But it wouldn't roll. And so he was like, yeah, like he just wanted it out of his backyard. I'm like, do you have a mallet? Whack. And suddenly I could roll it. I think he was like surprised how easy that was.
Oh, so you literally smacked the piston just to
Smacked the piston.
genius at work.
Exactly. And just rolled it onto the trailer, brought it home. And that Sunday we had it running. But since then I've just done some simple things. Like I put a $30 chain on,
Right.
a $15 front master cylinder, rebuilt the
Should I ask what the oil smelled like when
I
you
haven't changed the oil yet.
Shut up.
Oh,
Probably can't
just
get the drain
rebuilt the
plug out.
caliper, which is all by hand.
Right.
And just kind of cleaning and just kind of getting gunk and rust off of stuff. But I just needed, and I switched out the handlebars and
You switched out the handlebars, but you haven't tried to change the oil.
no, because I wanted to see if
Priorities,
it's rideable.
darling.
All right. Okay,
You need
rideable.
to be rideable so you can test it. Is everything working?
Okay.
Right?
you can change the oil before you do that, though.
I know. I haven't gotten to it.
Didn't want to.
I did buy an oil filter. So
It's advisable if it's been sitting for 10 years.
yeah, I know. So
If you want it to keep running.
So it's a good little runner. I mean, the front suspension, I think there's no fluid in there, but I know I'm looking just to flip it, but it's just a cute little bike. Really cool.
Little.
Yeah, but it feels good when you sit on that. You
Well,
don't
it's
knock
a
a
great
little bit.
San Francisco city
Which-
runner.
Right.
Mm.
But little could not be further from the other bike.
Yeah. You got two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You
so
bought-
the
you-
other bike,
You bought a yacht.
same thing.
You bought
So
a
here's
yacht.
the deal.
I saw you pushing something new in today
So
that I hadn't
here's
seen
the
before.
deal. We've been researching for an upcoming show we're going to be doing about the price of, I'll just say, like Harley Sportsters have
Cat's favorite.
just dived in price. They're the Harley people, and we're talking like old, like 80s, 90s Sportsters.
No,
right?
but I don't have a thing against Harley Sportsters at all. In fact, I think it was actually one of the better bikes that Harley produced. But the problem is within the Harley community, it's called, that's the girls.
Right.
Right.
Harley, a lot of Harley riders aren't interested in the Sportster.
Right.
And then non-Harley riders aren't interested in it because it's a Harley.
Yeah.
So we've been tracking it, and but John's got one, and now some of my friends have gotten them. So I've just been tracking it and looking at Harleys and just tracking because the market, things are going on in the market right now. Prices have just tanked. And this giant land yacht of a Harley came across my feed.
What are we going to call it? The Geezer Glide.
Geezer Glide.
It is a 1990 Electra Glide.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
That was listed as a 97, by the way.
Right.
And they wanted, it started out at like 4,500 and they had been like reducing the price. So again, I just did the asshole thing. I'm like, I'll give you 2,500. I got a trailer. I can be there right away. And I got a, okay. I'm like, crap.
See what
Now
happens
I
when
gotta
you open your
buy
mouth?
it.
God dang it. Now I got to buy it. So I go down to pick it up, and having that trailer is just so convenient, right?
I think the problem is you've got that trailer.
Yeah.
And time on our hands.
I know.
Yeah.
Your trailer is an enabler.
Well, I was honestly shocked. I've been shocked at the price of a lot of Harleys in general.
Yeah.
And not that I'm looking for one, but I just thought, bang for the buck, this was like too good to pass up on.
It's a
I think
pretty
I'm
good
checking
deal.
out the specs on it, and I think you're right. Bang for the buck. It makes 50 horsepower
Wow.
while weighing in at 741 pounds.
Oh, geez.
50 horsepower.
But hold on. It has a CD player.
It does have a CD player and volume control on the handlebars.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you the story I got. So I get down there, and it's a young man, maybe in his 20s. And I'm asking him, so what's the deal with the bike? It's been out of reg for 1 year. Okay. And it's slightly dismantled, which is not how it looked in the photos.
Uh-huh.
So they used old photos.
Oops.
So here's the deal. His uncle bought it as his first bike and realized it was way too big for him.
It's not easy to ride.
Right. This is a big bike. But his uncle was like, yeah, I want to get a bike. I'm going to get a Harley.
Oh, God.
And bought this bike, I think for like about $7,000 in 23.
Overweight, underpowered, can't brake, can't turn.
Yeah.
I can't handle
And
What could go
realized he big. And then he did not
Yeah.
feel safe riding
It's a
it.
hard bike to ride.
So he
if you don't
gave
know
it
what
to
you're
his
doing.
nephew, who was also a new rider in his
Oh,
early 20s, and who also then discovered it was a little bit too much bike for him.
Hard to pick up. Yeah.
Exactly. I think they're like, yeah, I could do this. And then they realize, I can't do it. And so was paying to put it in storage at the harbor here because he couldn't keep it at the house. And so he found a buddy of his who's a newer rider who had just crashed his CF Moto 450 and who said, tell you what, I'll store it for you at my house if you let me ride it from time to time. And he's like, sure.
Oops.
So loans it to the buddy who's riding it, and the clutch cable snaps. None of them have trucks. This guy had to push this bike home
Jeez.
Oh, no.
and parked it in the driveway and tried to replace the clutch cable. And well, Emma saw the state of it.
Not good.
So apparently to do the clutch cable, you have to take the header off.
What?
You got to take the clutch cover off.
So in order to change the clutch cable on a big twin Harley Davidson, Sportsters are very, very easy to do the clutch cable on. Big twins, not so much, because the clutch cable comes in from the other side, and basically you have to take the end of the transmission cover out. And in order to do that, generally you've got to take most of the exhaust system off, which stymies a lot of people, especially on 35-year-old Harleys, because everything's rusted together and everything's just a hideous mess. So the bike, I should point out, Liza bought this thing.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
My bad. I have it muted, but that was a video started playing.
Oh, well, there you go. I've done the same thing. I should also point out, Liza didn't even bring this home.
Yeah.
She bought it and dumped it over at me.
Yeah, I put it on the trailer and just drove it straight to Emma's shop.
And you didn't refuse it just
Oh,
right
I
out the
did.
gate? Yeah.
I did. I said, you're not leaving that here. We're going to my
I called
storage.
you first, but yes.
We're going to my storage unit.
So-
So we went round the corner and bunged it in the storage unit. And there it's sat for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this text from Liza, I'm coming home soon. Is my Harley ready? I hadn't touched it. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I dragged it in. I devoted a whole day to this bike. I got the parts I know I needed.
I hope you charged her a lot because she's spending money like a drunk sailor these days.
Well, I charged her the wrong amount, and because I was looking at somebody else's invoice,
I
also a
paid it.
misfit.
When it's Emma's work, I don't ask, I just pay.
And I charged her the wrong amount. So in the end, she got quite a chunky refund. But basically, I had to reassemble the clutch lifter mechanism, saw some missing parts, completely reassemble the exhaust system. I did an oil change on it, flushed the brakes front and rear end up the tires, just put a battery in it, rebuilt the carb, sorted out some little electrical gremlins. And I got to tell you, I mean, for what it is, it runs great.
Mm-hmm. Well, it runs great now because you've worked on it.
Well, and I didn't tell you the best part of the deal. So what ends up happening is they can't figure out how to change this clutch cable. They all give up. The bike sits for a year. The reg is out. The guy who owns it originally, he's washed his hands of it. He's not paying for anything. You know, and the guy who has it, he's like, I don't own this bike. Just somebody. Where was the title? Take it. He got it from the guy, so it had signed title. So that's why me and my $2,500, I'll come over.
Wow,
great, come and get it. But while I was picking it up, his abuela came by with fresh tamales.
That's better than the Harley.
Bonus,
and I got fed in the village.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So that sweetened the pot.
But the story of that bike was in the trunk. Because you open the trunk, it's got this giant trunk on it. And I swear you could put a child or a medium-sized dog in this.
We should try a child sometime.
And it opened sideways. So I opened it up just to rummage around what was in there because I needed all the parts to reassemble it. And they were everywhere. They were in the right saddlebag, left saddlebag in the trunk. They were everywhere. So
every screw and everything was all in there.
So at least they put it all together.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. But the story of the bike was in the trunk. And
there wasn't like an old ice pick or something in there.
Well, so
What's
there was
a finger doing in here.
There was a signed pink slip. There's a couple of pink slips for this bike.
Like old reg, old titles.
From a guy in Ben Lomond.
Yeah.
And he did not have a young man's name. You know when you read a name?
Like Ezekiel?
Yeah, and
Cuthbert.
This isn't a young guy.
Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was all the paperwork for when the original young guy...
The uncle.
Yeah. Who didn't look old enough to be out of short trousers. And because there was a picture of him, a giant picture of his driving license with all the documents.
He had like all of his DMV stuff in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're unfamiliar with what this means, in England, in the British Isles, you weren't allowed to wear long pants until after you were 12.
Yes.
Oh, and also, did you see the learner's permit?
Yes.
Was in there.
Yes.
He was riding this on a learner's permit.
So he was riding a geezer glide with no experience at all. And I mean, I'm thankful he kept himself alive.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice riding bike, but my God, you need some chops to ride this thing. I mean, if nothing else, you need a certain amount of upper body strength.
And good balance, I'm sure.
But all of that said, it runs great, or at least it runs great now. It's a good-looking bike. I mean, it's a great color scheme.
Did you happen to... Oh, I don't think you did. It also came with another perk. When I turned on the radio and hit eject for the CD player.
Oh, really?
What was in there? Waylon Jennings?
Eagles' greatest hits.
90s hip-hop.
Get out.
Oh, wow.
It had like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a score
yeah.
between the tamales and that.
And it's called like the Groovin' Jams CD.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Tamales and a Groovin' Jams CD.
Like somebody bought it off one of those TV ad programs of get the...
Well, no, those are the best ones is where you get the compilation.
Oh,
right.
I'm pretty sure it's
KTEL
been in there
Records.
since the Ben Lomond guy.
Right, exactly. But you get the compilation, but it's the kind of compilation your mum buys because it's not by the original artist. And you put this on, and you're like, that doesn't sound right.
The cover compilation.
Yes.
So both of these bikes I don't plan on keeping. I just plan on selling. I feel like I'm doing a community service.
Well, you're also going to flip it and make
them.
some decent money.
You did save them.
Sure, but I'm not going for top dollar. I mean, I'm just trying to get them back,
back in the mix.
Running and rideable, and then back into the
The dual sport's pretty fun. I like that. That's a fun
I
bike.
think you're going to do pretty well with both of them.
Like I said, I didn't mean to buy them. It was an accident.
Right.
But that's what happens when you have too much time and a trailer.
Well, eventually,
Just say yes.
That's going to happen with the Nikon. Is you're gonna attempt to sell it, nobody's gonna buy it, and then I'll just come around and say, I'll give you like $3,000 for it.
I'm not letting you near my airbox.
There's a joke in there, and I don't want to touch it.
So now 3 of us in the room own Harleys.
Yeah.
What is happening?
How about that? The domestic product.
They will be gone
see.
soon enough. Only Emma's going to be keeping a Harley for long.
I don't know. I think you're pretty stuck on yours.
John's.
It was my dad's.
It's a Sportster.
Well, it was my
it's a
dad's.
Sportster, so it's a decent machine.
It was my dad's. That's
okay.
why I didn't buy it. So.
Now I'm regretting not buying that topper so I could wear the cool kids.
Bagel.
Well, you should have, yeah.
Well,
But the reason I enjoy mine so much is I haven't fallen into the trap that a lot of people who have multiple bikes do. And they say, I've got 4 or 5 bikes. And you scrutinize them and they're all remarkably similar in what they do and their performance. And my collection is across the board. I've got the sport touring bike, which is very, very fast, which I enjoy very much. And then the Harley, which is the complete opposite of that. And then this slew of classic bikes, both Japanese and British. So, and, the custom cafe bike, which, as you saw when you were at the shop, Liza, is having yet another makeover. So, my collection is so different. And I enjoy them all for their differences. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're on the freeway on a nice sunny day and you're just cruising it at 65, 70, a Harley's a great place to be.
Yeah.
The engine, the revs are low. It sounds like a heartbeat underneath you. It's got a big seat. You've got big bars on it.
Yeah, but for that, you could have a Moto Guzzi.
Well, yeah, but Moto Guzzi is a very, very different feel to the Harley. I like it. I like it. It scratches an itch, as do all of my bikes.
That's funny because mine gives me an itch. But it might have been something that was in the trunk because there was there was also some like women's jewelry in there and just I'm not sure what was going on.
Wash crabs from an old Harley.
Wash the seat.
Yeah, we'll see. Emma, you have a bunch of emails and 2 of them are very short and very specific.
So let's start with the short ones. This one is from Alan.
Alan.
Alan is a long-time listener and first-time caller. This is a V-Wiper I bought at Aerostitch many years ago. Emma mentioned it last episode and I had to respond. They're a great extra for rainy rides, so you can still buy them. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, I love them.
And then this one is from Dwayne Taylor.
Hey, Dwayne.
Miss Emma said that she wished there was something for a face shield when riding in the Wayne. For sale at Aerostitch.
Yeah.
See you soon, Dwayne Taylor, Sebastopol.
So, do you guys know what the V-Wiper is?
Yes, I do. I've got to.
Yeah,
you
fantastic.
Want to tell everyone what it is?
Okay, V-Wiper is something that you can attach to any glove. Works much better than the standard piece of little wimpy piece of rubber that some manufacturers will stick on the side of the glove to wipe rain off of your helmet visor.
It's a finger squeegee.
Yeah,
it's a finger.
Clip-on
they used to call them a
squeegee.
thumb squeegee.
Right.
Yeah.
But the V-Wipe, generally you wear it on your index finger.
Right.
And it's a blade. It's a very soft rubber blade and you just...
Well, the trick is to put it on whichever finger in your glove that actually fits, because sometimes they come in various sizes, and so you have to try to, depending on what size your fingers are, you stick it on whichever one you can, and so it doesn't fly off when you're riding.
Every climb glove comes with a squeegee on both sides.
Right.
Both fingers.
But they're not as good as the V-Wipe from Aerostitch, because it's got a big, soft piece of rubber.
Usually by the time I'm wiping my face shield off, I can't see shit anyway.
No, I'm thrilled they're still out there. And obviously by Aerostitch.
Yeah, no, Andy Goldfine just sources incredible stuff and makes great stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for those. Jim, you have an email that's really specific to you and John, as well as others, but I wanted to make sure that you read this.
All right. This is titled A Shout Out, an Invite, and a Couple of Questions. And this is from David Silviera.
Hey, David.
Hey, David.
Hey, Misfits. Thanks for hosting an awesome rally. Michelle and I loved it and plan to attend again. The rides were great. We loved the food, and the company was fantastic. The activities were fun, and Michelle loved her award.
Yeah.
The fact that it was made by Miss Emma made it extra special. Sending out big hugs to Liza, Matt, and all the Misfits that worked so hard to make this event special. I wanted to invite any Misfits that would join the famous Farkled Hector and myself for dual sport camping weekend in the Sierras. Sounds good so far. We will be dry camping in the Stanislaus National Forest just above Pinecrest, overlooking Chair 8 of Dodge Ridge Mountain Bike Park and downhill ski area. All right. There's a fantastic area for riding forestry roads, which is really fun. Oh, and the Whole Creek area OHV is close by. I think I've been there. There are options for lodgings if you don't want to camp. Liza, I have created a Facebook page with posts of resources and the GPS coordinates of where we plan to set up camp. There's fuel, restaurants nearby, and you can take showers at the Strawberry General Store. Okay, I know where this area is.
Okay. Yeah.
Search Facebook for Gooseberry 4N34, which sounds like a Forest Service road. So again, Gooseberry, like goose and berry, 4N34 for more info. I'll be arriving on Wednesday, do some fly fishing on the Stanislaus River at Kennedy Meadows Resort. Nice. If anyone's interested in coming up, let me know. Coming up early, let them know. After listening to your podcast on the One Show and discussion of the benefit of belt drives, it occurs to me that when I was young, I remember that mini bikes came with these god-awful, ugly chain cases. It seems that a case and auto oiler would solve many of the issues with a chain drive. Why aren't these available now? Second question. I was listening to some drunk people from Cleveland discussing bleeding brakes on a bike with ABS. They stated that you need a device to activate the ABS unit to bleed it properly. I would not recommend this to anyone, but I activate my ABS by applying the brakes on a dirt road. Did I just accomplish the same thing that dealers do when they use their device to activate the ABS? Keep up the good work. Love you all. Misfit David.
Hey, thanks. Do you understand the ABS question?
Yes.
Did he break the code? What happened?
No. I mean,
And why a dirt road?
Yeah, no, he activated what the ABS is meant to do. And I think we read this last week.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Yeah.
And I answered it last week.
I left early.
So, for your benefit, Liza, because you weren't here last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's right. You left.
I had a family situation.
You had a family. So the way ABS works is it interrupts the brake pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they achieve that is by passing the brake fluid through a system of one-way valves. And there's a motor. What people don't actually realize, if you look at an ABS pump, there's a motor on top. You'll see a circular protrusion on the top of the motor, on top of the pump. And that's actually a motor. And it opens and closes the valves and lets the fluid through. And the way it actually works is there is a sensor on the front wheel and a sensor on the rear wheel. And as long as the wheels are turning within, let's take an arbitrary figure of about 10% of one another, everything's gas and gaiters, and all the valves are open. The problem comes when one wheel starts moving slower than the other ones, which would indicate a skid. When that happens, the motor powers up and starts shutting valves, basically cutting off brake pressure to either the affected wheel, whether it's the front or the rear. And then when the wheel speeds up, then normal pressure is resumed. Now, the reason why this young man activated it on a gravel road is because obviously the wheel started skidding, and you can number one, you can hear the motor in the ABS pump. You can hear it go brrr, and you can feel it in the pedal or the lever. And it's, that's what an ABS pump is meant to do. What dealers do, and what I do by basically cheating, because I've got a little jig that I use, is when they bleed the system, they power up that motor. So, brrr, and so you're sending new fluid through all the valves. And you absolutely have to do that because you don't want fluid hanging around in stagnant areas of the ABS pump, because like stagnant water, it'll go bad. And we know the brake fluid goes bad just by sitting there. So you want to make sure that all the chambers, all the passageways, all the valves in an ABS pump are full of clear fluid. So the correct way, as pointed out by the drunk people at Cleveland, is to power up the ABS motor and actually flush it through the pump.
So the process is bleed the brakes and then activate the ABS.
No, well, I activate it anyway because as long as it's activated, it's running through everything.
But you need to replace the brake fluid first in the system, and then activate.
So
the
if somebody
ABS
wanted to do the dirt road trick, they'd have to bleed it first, and then find a dirt road, jam on it,
and then just pow, yeah, exactly, and get it moving.
And then. Do you need to bleed it again after you activate the ABS to get the rest of that fluid out?
It's kind of a during thing.
I mean, just top it off.
So, what I do is I've got a little thumb switch on my jig. And if I'm squeezing the lever, I'll squeeze the lever and flick my thumb switch so it kind of goes brrr, 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 as I'm squeezing the lever and pumping it through the pump.
And then finish bleeding the rest of the system.
Yeah, and then there's a big finish. I just
got
finale.
so turned on, and I don't know why.
Well, it's the big finish, you see.
Which
and
is?
then, yeah.
Nice.
What's the big finish?
Well, I wanted to comment on the first part of that email in terms of where they are talking about Strawberry. Strawberry is right on Highway 108, otherwise known as Sonora Pass in the California Sierras. This is the best intermediate pass. It's a great pass that intermediate riders, and also you can do the intermediate ride of Sonora Pass and then come back and do the expert side of Ebbets Pass.
Yeah.
Either way, you're going to have a good day. But that area of Strawberry doesn't even qualify as a village. It's basically just like there's a hotel, a restaurant, and then a general store on the other side. But it's a beautiful part of the Sierras and a great place even street riders should go. But to do dirt stuff there, woohoo!
And Tioga's awesome too.
Yeah. Well, Tioga is where all the tourists go.
Yeah.
So you just got to watch out for the RVs.
Right.
Cool. Well, thank you for that and the invitation. You can take them up on it, Jim?
I will check out the website for sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun time.
Bagel, you have an email there to read?
I do. I have an email from John Manley titled "No DGR."
Just stop there. Do you think it's John? Here. Do you think it's John Manley or Manley John?
Well, this one it's poor Johnny.
It is. It starts off. Arg! Poor Johnny Manley missed the DGR. Rode from my house out in rural Nova Scotia into Halifax on Friday for the DGR Sunday morning. Had convinced my buddy Matt to do it too. He started heading in on Saturday night and got a flat, so was down for the count. Then it was rain Sunday, so it was rescheduled for today. Got up, got all doiled up in my Brooks Brothers seersucker, and my bike, a 2006 Bonnie T100 865, wouldn't fire. Plenty of battery and engine crank, just no spark. Wore down the battery trying. Later jumped it from the car and it fired up. Then had it out for a little run and it seemed good for about 20 minutes. At my buddy's place, as it sat idling, it missed like the electrics were cutting out. I pulled the plugs and they looked great. Tried switching the right and left plug leads, but no difference. Got on and headed back across town, and after about 10 minutes, going about 70 kilometers an hour, it just died.
Oh, I know what's wrong with it, darling.
Clock lights were still illuminated, pulled off-road, and sat for a few seconds thinking, WTF? Put it in neutral, and the green neutral light was illuminated. Hit the starter button, it fired, and I rode back to the apartment. Bad coil? Some talk in the internet about faulty igniter under the seat? Hate to start paying for random parts. Any input, much appreciated. Love and appreciation.
Can I just say, I love that Bagel's Nova Scotia accent is a combination of Dublin and Fargo.
It really
I was really enjoying that.
That's about right.
That was just
It really is. So, there's a couple of notorious things these bikes do, and both are very, very easy to check. The first is, and the most likely, well, there's one of three things. The first thing is the pulse generator, which lives under the big triangular cover on the right-hand side of the bike. And what you're going to have to do, as big a pain in the ass as it is, you're going to have to undo the bolts for your airbox and just kind of drop the airbox half an inch, and you'll find a 2-wire plug underneath there. And it's kind of an oval thing. You part it, and then you get your multi-tester and test the resistance between the 2 wires. I don't know the figure off the top of my head, and I really should, so please. No, I do. It should be 15 ohms. And
can you count the toothpicks on the floor?
So you need to check that, but I don't think that's what is wrong with your bike. The other one, they do have weak coils on them. And back in the day when your bike was new, we did brisk trade, throwing away the original coils and putting Nology high output coils on them, which are really very good indeed. I'm not going to go with the igniter under your seat. They tend to work or they don't. What you need to do is, if you've got an aftermarket seat, if yours is a custom bike, what happens is the seat encroaches on the plug connector for the igniter.
Ooh.
So, and that's what causes them to misfire. So if you've got an aftermarket seat, or you've been hitting the cheeseburgers a lot lately and you've put on a few pounds, that's where you should look under the seat. But I don't think it's that. I think your neutral switch, your side stand safety switch is going out.
Oh.
Because your bike's got an interlock on it, and the interlock is comprised of the side stand safety switch, the neutral switch, the clutch switch, and the ECU itself. And I think it sounds like you've got a sticky side stand
So they
switch.
could just jump that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can bypass it if you
or
want.
lubricate the switch.
Or
clean
lubricate the switch. They seldom go bad. They just kind of get out of whack.
Yeah.
And the idea being is, when the side stands down and the bike's in neutral, you should be able to start it rum, 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 and rev it up. But when they start going bad, it'll be like on one cylinder and coughing and doing all the things you describe. Because the side stands down, even though it's in neutral, and you put the side stand up and it goes away. When they get really bad, it does that with the side stand up as well. It's a very, very good sign that it runs well when it does, because that would indicate to me that you haven't got a failed ECU, or indeed a failed failed pulse generator, because generally when the pulse generator goes out of whack, and plenty go out of whack, number one cause, by the way, of a pulse generator going bad is people not changing their oil. Because it lives in that oily environment, and if you don't change your oil, and this applies to every bike on the road, not just Triumphs. Triumphs are particularly susceptible, but Hondas too are notorious for it, and Suzukis are absolute devils for it. If you neglect your oil, the engine temperature inside gets so high, you start cooking generators. But more importantly, you start cooking pulse generators, because they're only tiny little magnetic things. Pulse generators, the size of your pinky nail. It's a tiny little thing. So it's very, very susceptible to heat. And I cannot stress the difference in internal temperature of an engine with old shitty oil in it, Liza, and new high viscosity oil. It's night and day. But I don't think it's that in your case. I think it's your side stand switch. But check that seat as well, particularly if you've porked up a bit lately, darling. And I know you guys like to eat a lot up there. So knock off the poutine, or if you've got an aftermarket seat, make sure that the seat is not crunching down. It's crunching down on the plug for the igniter box, and that lives basically right behind where your butt is. Literally, it's right there. It couldn't be in a worse spot, but there's nowhere else really that they could put it.
But mostly lay off the moose burgers.
Yeah, I would say.
Well, awesome. I think that wraps it up. We've run out of time.
I think we have, and I've got a lovely email here, which I do want to read, but we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and long.
Yeah.
guys, it's so great to be back again together.
Not
great
the
days
same without you.
Great. Yes, you guys had a great show last week. I enjoyed listening
We
to
did.
those shows, by the
But
way.
still, you bring them. You bring.
But
something
great
special.
days in the garage. It's like the summer's hit. Everyone's got project
It's
bikes.
been packed the last couple of weekends. Yeah.
People coming for help.
That's what I like. I mean, it's like a lot of places where people gather. COVID hit us pretty hard, and I didn't think it was ever going to come back to pre-COVID levels. I'm kind of rethinking that. Last couple of weeks, we've been jumping.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Vinnie, you got to experience, like, you know what, you've listened to the podcast, you got to see it, but you got to see the show
Yeah.
out in the
100%.
garage.
You got to see Emma
the
chew out
real
Knock.
show.
Chew out Knock for sleeping in this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that for you?
That was, dude, it was hilarious because I haven't heard Knock's voice in forever. So to put everything together and Emma's yelling at him and
Well,
bikes
you know,
are
I
moving
mean,
and
missing an event because he slept in. I mean, come on, Knock. You can do better than that, darling.
But yeah, we always say, a lot of the people from the show from the past, Knock, Douglas, all these people, they're still around.
yeah.
Adrian, they're all still in the garage hanging out.
Doug's been logging some time on that bike. He's chopping
Yeah,
up.
I know. But yeah, you got to see the whole show because what happens here on the podcast is just the tip
Right.
of the iceberg.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just a tip, just to see how it feels.
Exactly. And Kat, thank you. You donated some tracksuits.
Well, yeah, they don't do any good sitting in my closet, and I want people to go out and ride the track in proper gear. It teaches you how to ride a bike better, and so yeah, please.
Yeah, if you need a tracksuit, we've got quite a collection of them now.
Yeah, no, go learn how to ride the track. It'll
and
make
it's
your
an
riding better.
expensive thing to get.
Yes.
So yeah, if, the only thing I say, if somebody wants a tracksuit, I said, book a track day, and then you
Yes.
can have a track suit.
Agreed.
That's all I
You don't
require.
get to dress up like a Power Ranger unless you're going to
But
the
if you
track.
have book a track day, you can have a free tracksuit from our garage. So come on down to the Recycle Garage.
Fun track days, Z2. These guys are
all of them.
Yeah.
No, I kind of like the idea of somebody doing fetishy stuff in one of Cat's
Oh,
old
okay. On that
tracksuits.
note, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers.
Who were great.
They're great. I'm starting to see the T-shirt out in the wild, so that's cool. Send us your pics. I want to see pics of you in your new shirt. And thanks, I guess, to Insta360 again.
Yep.
The contest was a lot of fun listening to all the stories you read.
It was wonderful, and thank you all for all of you that enter the competition. I wish I had an Insta 360 for all of you because the stories were great.
Yeah. But to all the listeners, I mean, Vinnie coming by, thank you for coming by. And you guys make it fun for us to keep doing this.
I had another listener too. What was his name?
Oh,
Vitaly.
Vitaly.
Vitaly came by,
Vitaly,
yeah. So, yeah, good day today, good all around. I hope everyone is having as good a time as we are. On that note, go to Motorcycles and Misfits, find links to everything there, and send us your emails. Let us know what you are up to at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. Time to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma, darling.
Vinny.
Cat McLeod.
Naked Jim, son.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.